Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are looking at something, well, it's pretty revolutionary. Imagine you've got a killer idea for an app. Now imagine you could build the whole thing, not just a little prototype, but a full-blown web app and a native mobile app in just minutes. And you do it with just a few simple sentences. We're going to break down exactly how that's even possible.
So let's just dive right in by comparing the old way with the new. Traditionally, if you want to build a real application, you need a whole crew of specialists, right? You need a backend developer for the server, a web developer for the website, and a mobile developer for the phone app. The AI-powered model we're exploring today, it takes that entire team, all that time, all that budget, and it boils it all down to just one person, armed with nothing but a well-written prompt.
And this gets right to the heart of the problem this new method is trying to solve. Having the idea, say, an AI that generates tweets for you, that's the easy part. The really hard part has always been turning that simple concept into a real thing. It means wrestling with these totally separate, super complex code bases for the backend, the website, and then again for mobile. It's a lot.
But what if you could just skip all of that? All that complexity. What if you could just tell a machine what to do and it handles the heavy lifting for you? Well, that brings us to this new idea, this new workflow called prompt-first development. And prompt-first development is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Instead of writing lines and lines of code, you write prompts. You just describe what you want your app to do, in plain English. And an AI agent takes your instructions and generates all the code. And I mean all of it. The actual, professional, ready-to-go code.
As YouTuber Hassan Abu Hassan puts it, it really helps to think of any app in two main parts. You've got the front end, that's the interface, the part you actually see and tap on your screen. And then, behind the scenes, you have the back end. That's the brain of the whole operation. It's where all the real work and the logic happens.
So, using this model, we're going to build the brain of our app first. Let's walk through this case study from Hassan's channel where he builds an AI tweet generator completely from scratch, starting with that back-end engine.
The whole process is actually kind of deceptive in its simplicity. First, you just start with a completely blank WordPress site. Then, you write one single, powerful prompt that describes your app idea. And from just that one sentence, the AI goes ahead and generates a complete, secure, and totally functional back-end API.
Now, you might be thinking, wait, why WordPress? Isn't that for blogs? And yeah, normally. But here, we're not using it to build a blog. We're using it as what's called a headless chassis. It's like the frame of a car. It gives us this super strong, secure foundation right out of the box. It's got a database, user management, security. It's all built in. This lets us just focus on the unique logic for our app.
And this is where the magic really happens. Look at this. A simple human sentence is instantly translated into this. This is professional, perfectly written code. This one function creates a secure API endpoint inside WordPress, all ready for any front end to start talking to it. And just like that, our backend is done, finished.
Okay, so our backend engine is built, and it's just sitting there, ready to go. Now it's time to build the first body for our app's brain, a web interface that people can actually use in their browser. But we're not just going to say, hey, make a website. Oh no. We're going to give the AI a very specific list of professional demands.
And we are not asking for just any old interface. The prompt gives it this really strict checklist. It has to be a single file, totally self-contained. It has to use plain JavaScript, no fancy libraries. It's got to have a clean, modern design that works on any screen size. And, this is crucial, it has to have things like loading spinners and proper error messages for a good user experience.
So what do? We use a second power prompt. We just feed the AI the details of that backend API we just created, like its web address and what kind of data to expect, and boom! Just like that, it generates the entire working web application. It's fully compliant with all of our rules, and it's ready to just be dropped right into our WordPress.
So the web app is working. That's already pretty incredible. But honestly, this is where this headless approach becomes truly, truly powerful. We are now going to use that exact same backend engine to power a totally different experience, a native mobile app.
And this, right here, shows you the massive leap in complexity. Building for the web is one thing. A native mobile app? It's a whole different beast. You need platform-specific components. You need to manage the app's state in a sophisticated way. You have to handle the on-screen keyboard, those little notches at the top of the phone. It's a completely different set of challenges.
So you'd think, okay, time to hire a mobile specialist, start from scratch, right? Nope. In this new world, all it takes is a third power prompt. Just one more carefully written instruction is all the AI needs to understand this whole new set of complex mobile-specific rules.
And the result is insane. The AI generates the complete source code for a native app using React Native, which means it works on both iOS and Android. It handles all those tricky mobile challenges we just talked about, and the whole time, it's communicating with the exact same backend we built way back in step 1.
So let's just take a breath and step back for a second to recap what just happened. Because this workflow, this is a fundamental shift in how we think about creating software.
The secret sauce here, the real power of this whole workflow, comes down to this one idea. By using a headless backend, you create a single flexible engine for your app. The prompts, not thousands of lines of code, become your source of truth. And because the brain is separate from the body, that one backend can power an endless number of front ends. A website today, an iOS app tomorrow, maybe an Android Watch app next week. The timeline just shrinks from months of work down to mere minutes.
And that leaves us with this one final provocative thought. As AI gets better and better at translating our human ideas directly into complex finished products, what does it even mean to be a developer or a builder in the future? Is it possible that the most valuable skill is no longer about writing the code itself, but about being able to articulate a vision with incredible clarity and precision? That's definitely something to think about. Thanks for watching.